In the world of data, how we move information around is, well, it's everything. And the two main ways to do it are called ETL and ELT. Now, they look almost identical, but that tiny one-letter difference has completely changed the game for pretty much every major tech company you can think of. Let's dive in and break down why.
I mean, just think about it. We're creating these absolute mountains of data every single second from all our apps, websites, and databases. And in its raw state, it's just a mess, right? It's disorganized, it's chaotic, it's often incomplete. So the big question is, how do we take all of that chaos and turn it into the clean, reliable insight that actually powers business decisions and even AI?
The answer is, it travels through a data pipeline. It's a process designed to take all that messy, raw stuff at one end and systematically refine it so that what comes out the other side is structured, clean, and, actually valuable.
To really understand these pipelines, we've got to know the three fundamental building blocks they're all made of. And you're going to see these three letters, E, T, and L, absolutely everywhere.
First up is E for extract. This is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's the starting point. You're just reaching out to all your different data sources and pulling the raw information in. It's kind of like getting all your ingredients out on the counter before you even start cooking.
Next up is T for transform. Now, this is the really crucial prep work. This is where you do all the cleaning and chopping, so to speak. You're validating entries, standardizing dates so they're all in the same format, getting rid of duplicates, basically doing everything you need to do to make sure the data is accurate and consistent. And finally, we have L for load. This is where you take your beautifully prepared data and you put it in its final home. This is typically a data warehouse, which is like a super organized library for data, or a data lake, which is more like a giant reservoir that can hold data in any format you can imagine. From there, it's ready for action.
So, now that we've got the blocks, let's see how they actually fit together. We're going to start with the classic, the time-tested approach, ETL. That's extract, then transform, then load.
In the ETL world, that order is super strict. You extract the raw data, but, and this is the key part, before it ever touches your final destination, you move it into a temporary holding pen, a staging area. That's where all the transformation happens, all the cleaning and structuring. Only after it's been perfected is it finally loaded into the data warehouse.
So what's the big strength of this approach? It's one word: control. By transforming everything before it gets into your main system, you've basically got a bouncer at the door. It guarantees that only clean, high-quality, structured data makes it inside, which is fantastic for things like governance and security.
But here's the trade-off. That bouncer at the door, they can create a huge line. That transformation step becomes a massive bottleneck, especially when you have huge amounts of data. It's slow, it's also really rigid, because you have to define the exact structure of your data, the schema, up front. And that just doesn't work well when your data is changing all the time.
And that bottleneck, that rigidity, well, that's exactly why the modern alternative was born, ELT. See what they did there? They just flipped the last two letters. Now we extract, load, and then we transform. With ELT, the whole philosophy is get the data in first, we'll sort it out later. You extract the raw data and you just dump it, as is, directly into the cloud. We can do this now because cloud platforms give us almost unlimited storage and processing power. The transformation happens inside that system, using its own massive power to do the heavy lifting whenever we need it. And the advantages here are pretty much the mirror opposite of ETL's problems. By getting rid of that upfront bottleneck, the whole process becomes incredibly fast and it can scale to handle just mind-boggling amounts of data. This is a total game changer for AI and analytics because they thrive on having instant access to huge raw data sets.
But all that power comes with some new responsibilities. I mean, you're loading raw, potentially sensitive data directly into your system, so your security and governance have to be absolutely top-notch. And yeah, if you're not careful with all that cloud power, the costs can definitely escalate quickly.
Okay, so we've met the two contenders. Let's put them side by side and really see how they stack up in a direct showdown.
This table really lays it all out. The key trade-off you can see is speed versus structure. Look at latency, the delay in getting your data. With ETL, it's high. With ELT, it's low. That's the difference between getting a report tomorrow morning and getting a fraud alert right now. And then look at AI support. AI models want raw, messy data to find hidden patterns. ELT delivers exactly that, while ETL tends to filter it all out.
Let's make this even more concrete. For something like standard retail sales reporting, where you just need reliable, structured reports every single night, ETL is a perfect fit.
But for a bank that needs to detect fraud the instant it's happening, you absolutely need the low latency and real-time power of ELT. It's really about the right tool for the job.
So how do you choose the right blueprint for what you're trying to do? Let's just walk through a really quick decision framework.
First question to ask yourself, are you dealing with massive amounts of data and are you working on a modern cloud platform? If the answer to both of those is yes, then the speed and scalability of ELT is almost certainly what you're going to need.
But what if your main concern isn't speed, but compliance and data integrity? If you're in a heavily regulated industry and you absolutely have to enforce a strict data structure before it enters your system, then the control you get from traditional ETL is a very strong, very safe choice.
And what about speed? Does your business depend on getting insights in seconds or even milliseconds? We're talking about e-commerce recommendations, fraud alerts. If that's you, then there's really no contest. You're going to need the immediate data availability that ELT provides.
So, while ETL definitely still has its place, the industry trend is, well, it's undeniable. The power of the cloud, combined with all these new tools that make transformation inside the warehouse so much easier, have pretty much made ELT the default blueprint for any modern data platform. And that really brings us to the most important takeaway here. This isn't a battle where one has to win and the other has to lose. They're not enemies, they're just different tools in an engineer's toolkit. The goal isn't to pick a side, it's to understand the problem you're trying to solve and then choose the approach that gives you the right balance of governance, speed, and scale.
Ultimately, the trend is clear. Data processing is just getting faster, more flexible, and more scalable. So the real question this leaves us with is, does your data architecture reflect that reality? Is your blueprint ready for what's coming next?